There are a lot of new pets in World Zero since last year, but which new ones are the best? Broken Heart and Healing Heart are both from the Teddy Egg from the Valentine event shop. Healing Heart had a 28% chance to drop and Broken Heart a 14% chance. Both of these pets lure in mobs, pulse AoE damage, and stop the mobs from attacking. While standing inside of the pet skill, the Healing Heart applies a healing status effect to the player and the Broken Heart applies a cooldown reduction. The cooldown reduction allows you to spam your abilities, making this one of the strongest pets in the game. Healing Heart goes into the A tier and Broken Heart goes into the S tier. Tough Love is from the Cupid pet from the Cupid boss at a 0.25% drop rate from the Valentine event. This pet has an insanely large AoE and does massive damage, placing it into the S tier. If you're new to World Zero, the best pets for mob clearing are Fireball from World 3 and Black Hole from World 4. Each world in World Zero has an exclusive pet egg, but most of the pets suck. Fireball has the lowest cooldown of all damage dealing pets and applies the burn status effect for 12 seconds. This pet is great for all types of content going into the A tier. Black Hole from the Black Butterfly is still a great option to use. It deals great AoE damage and stops mobs from attacking you, but due to the power creep of other pets, it goes into the B tier. If you absolutely need a healing pet, Heal Pulse is the best healing pet in the game. The other options provide less healing, so Healing Pulse goes into the C tier and others into the D. Ruinous Slash is obtained by completing Oasis Tower in World 8 10 times. This is a decent option for newer players to obtain because it is a guaranteed drop and the pet applies the poison status effect, so it is an okay boss killer going into the B tier. There are currently 4 guild pets in World Zero. These require you to grind 7,500 guild points during the guild season, which lasts for 21 days, meaning you have to grind about 3 hours daily or 63 hours to get one of these pets. The Wildfire Dragon is from Guild Season 11 and 12, and this dragon has the same effect as Vane Dragon, but applies the Wildfire status effect. This is the highest percent damage status effect in the game, and reduces the damage enemies deal to you by 35%, making it incredibly strong for Infinite Tower, event bosses, and Nightmare Dungeons going into the S tier. Hooded Slash is from Seasons 13 and 14. This pet functions just like the Rune Guardian pet, but does way more damage and applies the Burn status effect. When paired with classes like the Warlord or Demon, you can chunk bosses, making this a solid S tier option. Galactic Charger is from Seasons 15 and 16. This deals AoE damage, freezes enemies, and charges your ult after defeating them. The ult charge is only really useful for classes like the Mage of Shadows or Shadowblade, and for other classes the damage isn't that high and the cooldown is very long. Cupid and Broken Heart are way stronger options for mob clearing, placing this pet into the B tier. Hellfire Chains is from Season 17 and probably 18, and chains enemies around you, slows them down, and deals AoE damage and applies a burn status effect. This pet is a very solid option to use, but if you grinded 7,500 guild points, you probably have a stronger pet, so for now it goes into the A tier. In March of 2025, World Zero dropped merch, and if you bought the shirt, you got a Cerberus pet. The Fire Breath skill is from the Cerberus pet and has the same damage multiplier as Wildfire Dragon, but burn chance is a little bit worse than the Wildfire status effect, plopping this guy into the A tier. Elemental Protection is from buying the $50 hoodie back in March. This pet summons 3 orbs, 1 dealing Aether Burn, 1 dealing Burn, and 1 dealing the Poison status effect. It sounds really good on paper, but the damage is really low, getting this a spot into the B tier. Slime Splash is from the Slime Egg from the Vane Event Cash Shop. There are 4 variants that deal AoE damage. The pink one leaves an inked status effect, orange does burn, green does poisons, and the blue freezes the mobs. These pets look really cool, but the damage is pretty mid, so it goes into the B tier. Burning Fireball is the rarest pet in World Zero. This pet is from the Dungeon Heroes giveaway, and only 5 people have this pet. I have personally never seen this in the game, but this is an upgraded version of the Fireball from the Spider pet. This launches a fireball at your enemies and leaves a field of fire similar to the Hunter's Blazing Shot. The pet deals insane damage on a very short cooldown, going into the S tier for those 5 lucky people. Cabbage Patch is from the Kraken event shop, and this is a recolor of the Black Hole skill, so it's decent going into the B tier. Alien Strike is from the Alien Invasion event at a very low drop rate from the event dungeon. This pet is a Meteor Strike recolor, but deals poison damage instead of burn, so it also goes into B tier. Stuffing is from the Turkey pet from last year's Thanksgiving event, and this pet drops food that randomly buffs the player for 5 seconds. The sundae gives cooldown reduction, cake increases damage by 25%, donuts reduce damage taking, and the strawberries heal you. Compared to other pets on this list, it's not that good, so it goes into the C tier. Pinata Party is from the Innovation Awards Celebration event. This pet pulses AoE damage, but it doesn't have any crowd control over mobs, meaning they can easily walk out of the pet skill. The pet damage is decent, but there are better options, so it goes into the C tier. Mini-Mite pets are from the Monkey Quest Takeover event. This event was a few simple quests for 3 different monkey pets: Nox's Speed, Mo's Power, and Rod's Defense. Each of these pets function the same as other currently existing pets in World 0. Mo's Power is the best, going into B tier, and the other 2 aren't that good, going into the D tier. The penguin pets are from the Penguin Egg from the Christmas event coin shop. There are 6 different colors, and they each apply different status effects. The 2 best penguins are the purple and orange ones for the Aether or Burn chance. The penguins have the highest damage in the game, but it is very difficult to land every single hit against bosses. For very large bosses like Vayne, these are S tier, but for most other content, they are decent, going into the A tier. And lastly, the Alpha Dragon. This is one of the rarest pets in the game, available to only people who played during the alpha, but untradeable pets can have the skill fused to another pet, and the pet will become tradable. The Alpha Dragon skill applies the Frost status effect, but deals incredibly low damage, going into the C tier. If the pets weren't mentioned, they were covered in last year's pet video. Most are still just as good or bad. Snowstorm is still a very strong option to use and the best pet when playing in groups. Frontal Fire is also still very good and considered the best for Infinite Tower and some event bosses. I do think that Broken Heart is a bit better than Pumpkin Patch, so I moved Pumpkin Patch down to the A tier, but Snowstorm and Frontal Fire are still in S. Skeletal Slash is currently obtainable from the Halloween event at a very low drop rate, but this deals very high boss damage and is much more reliable than the penguin pets, so it has been bumped up to the S tier. And that wraps up my tier list. This is all my opinion, so don't freak out too much if your favorite pet is not ranked properly. Let me know if I missed any new pets. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for 3,000 subscribers. More uploads soon. See ya.